Do I want more nuns? I feel like I have a comically large number of nuns, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Hello everyone, my name is Gracie and welcome to episode 3 of this Let's Play of Underboard. Well, Let's Play and tutorial. If you didn't catch the first 2 episodes, you're going to be very confused, so make sure you check out the playlist below and start with episode 1. It's a very in-depth tutorial. And then now we're going to be continuing on 1 episode per zone, basically. So we're in the 3rd of 3 zones. I'm not sure what you call it. It's like, there's like 3 maps per like run you do, basically. So what we're rocking right now is our DPS is this robot who does a lot of just kind of shooting lightning at people. And then we've got this newly minted witch. Strange sentence, but it's true. I apologize for my camera being sort of in the wrong spot the last couple episodes. I'm sure I edited in some text about that, but I was accidentally covering my mana like so because I have my Age of Wonders set up on rather than my other gaming. I can't really not cover something, but you guys don't really need to see the DPS of my 2nd and 3rd or 3rd and 4th best people, so this is enough, I think. All right, so let's continue on. Item, please. Item would be great. Okay, so nothing fantastic. So let's re-roll and try to get something with rarer stuff. Here we go. So this has endurance on it, which we don't really want. It's got thorns. Genie lamp, 90% skill combo multiplier. Increases towards the maximum skill combo on skill use, multiplying the skill power of every 3rd skill. Skill combo is now increased on skill use, plus 3 sure maximum skill combo on combat start. I have literally no idea what this is saying. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on this character here, and we're going to see if it makes them do more damage. Sorry, some of the things in the game are still a little bit confusing. Let's grab a spell. We can do as much powering up as we want before we start fighting because it doesn't tick down the amount of fights we have to do. So, mana regeneration and mana reservation efficiency. Plague, which is pretty good. It just does some damage over time. It's kind of outscaled by this point, though, because the enemies have like 700 health. Power conduit, 2 spark. Skill damage equal to 50% skill power to a close enemy per stack on skill use. That would be really good for our main DPS because he fires twice and he starts to use his skill quite a bit. So we'll do that. We can also move these around. I'm going to swap these like so. Let's put them in the order that we got the actual the active spells, and I'll leave these over here. So let's go exploring before we do any tough combats. Treat consumable. Yeah, let's just go down here. Do an easier fight for now. Easier is relative, of course, at this point. So we got our witch here. Should be able to tank. I wish this guy was somewhere else. I'm gonna start her there. Maybe back a notch. So they'll both stand still, I believe. More none. One down here, and then you down here, I think. Okay, so now we want to give the power conduit to this character. And then our defensive skills to them. Now we're out of mana and we have no cooldowns available. So it's starting to get a little bit sort of complicated to understand what you're seeing. That's what's helpful about having these charts here. Okay, we lost a point of health, that's totally fine. Alright, bonfire, we get a new character. Babies are the orphans are pretty good because they give you shields on the lowest percent health ally. Magician would bring with us a talent and an initiative, skill power and energy on combat start. Let's grab the magician. So we've just activated 2 abilities, so these 2 now have energy on combat start, and this character now has skill power. So that's good. So we've just enhanced our other characters. We'll go ahead and make a level 2 magician. Grab an item. This brings concentration with it, which we're only at... This would get us to 3. We're getting closer. Concentration and dodge chance. I think I'm going to grab it and hope that we can get one more of those. Power well focused and attack speed. That's 20%. Attack speed seems pretty good. Skill power while focused. You are now... yeah, I'd like to be able to combine some of these, but in the meantime, I'm just going to slap it on this magician. And we'll hopefully we can combine this spinner of concentration, fidget spinner, with one of these items at a forge. Hi kitty, what's up? So let's do this tougher fight here. Hi, what can I do for you? Sorry, I got a kitty exploring my desk for some reason. What's up? Okay, see ya. Are you hungry? You just ate, like literally 10 minutes ago. All right. What's this I have? Energy regen. And this guy does crush and a bunch of damage. Current enemy. Okay. So not too bad. So they'll both move closer there. Back up one. I might start back like this. Alright. So this one's gonna go, let's see where he goes. Okay, so it's gonna go to here. This one, so we've got a lot of characters coming down for this nun here, so I might give her the glory. I'm gonna put the conduit thing on this one, and then the ice on her as well. Alright, looks like I lost, what, one character? There we go, pretty good. Alright, and we got another reroll, which is good. Let's go do this one. This one will have one more powerful enemy rather than an extra enemy, which is probably this one here with concentration, dodge chance. Or this guy has 2 items, I bet it's this one. Attack damage, critical attack multiplier, damage with range attacks, and 2 attack range. Wow. That thing is brutal. That is going to be really problematic. Boy. Where should we start? Start here, I suppose. I need this character as safe as possible. I'm going to surround him with nuns. I really need to nun up the place here. If I put this nun here, she's gonna die. So this guy will now have to walk forward. I think that's our best bet. Alright, now this one is starting to attack, so here comes this one as well. This one, so we want to give something to, this one I think will live longer than this one because of the health, and these guys are really more about damage over time, healing and dodging. This one is going to obliterate her with damage. So I think we're going to give her these 2 defensive powers, and then we'll go ahead and power conduit this guy. Although it looks like he just killed this, so he's going to have to move closer, but we will buff this one. And now this one's ready. He's killing people. Yeah, if he hits you, you die. It's pretty bad. Can you guys do this? We can do this. Okay, bit close. So we'll lose some health here, but I didn't lose. Oh, here we go. Regret. Well, I don't really want to reroll anything yet. So we'll wait until something happens. We can just hang on to this, because I do want to get that 4th point of concentration. Who has this? Nobody. This is from, what, an item or something? Who has this grace? Is it coming from this? Yeah, it is. Okay. Spell? At this point, we might try to get max mana or mana regen. We've got a Ghost Reach. Target player gets taunt from the farthest enemy. Teleport the target towards the farthest enemy at attack range distance. Grant 3 hidden seconds. Okay, so they're basically going to haunt that character. Mana Reservation affects all characters on combat start. Apply blind. Maximum attack range is 1. Interesting. So this is forcing your units to be melee. Very cool and weird. That would be interesting. Not in this current build. So let's take the Ghost Reach. I've never had that one before. Swap it. And I've got way too many spells to be able to cast. I'm not going to have enough mana. 'Cause I'm only regenerating 0.2 per second. So that's not good. Okay. So let's head out. Well, we want to do tough fights, but we also want to explore. So I've got lots of consumables, so why don't we look around? Let's actually do this one and see what this final node is. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so it looks like this guy's gonna kick my butt. Once again, he's got intensity and shield on combat start, suppression seconds. Right. So I think we should avoid that one. Start up here. So these are not long enough range. This one will walk up. This one's tankier. Perception, vitality, preparation. So it takes less damage from skills. This one doesn't deal damage with a skill. This one doesn't either. Neither does this one, or this one. This one does. That's interesting. So we want you there. Maybe our main tank down here. Let's try like this. Okay, now stop. Okay, now we're gonna hit him with the glory, the igloo, the conduit. And we still have this ghost power, which lets you taunt and then teleport, which is interesting. So we could do that. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it would go and taunt this one off the magician. Boop. Sort of. Interesting spell. And did I lose a unit though? I don't think I did. Nice, that was close. Okay, oh, and we were rewarded with a chest. Awesome. We have some rerolls. Also give a reach. We have 0 of that. We have none. We have no dexterity skills at all. So we're gonna probably do a reroll on this. We can get influence or just a basic reroll. So let's do the influence reroll. This would give somebody a foot. Damage with melee attacks? Nah. Energy drink. 3 energy regeneration and grace. Grace gives you energy pulse chance. Recover energy equal to energy regeneration. So it just gives you a chance on attack to instantly gain your energy regen amount again, essentially. And here we have, so this would take us up to 4. This is skill resistance and energy reserve. Receiving an enemy skill. So you basically get energy after you get hit by an enemy skill. Interesting. I'm gonna go with the grace and energy regen. Feel like we're living and dying by our skills going off here. This guy just zaps somebody and gives them stress. Energy pulse chance. Yeah, we'll give that to you. We have 2 of these now, which we don't need. So let's go with this harder fight. Let's get the item, the consumable. Okay, so oh, here's a pump. Why is max health so? Oh, it's actually huge. It's 1,040. And he's got 20 health regen. So if we're going to fight him, we need to hit him hard. So these ones have to move up. So does this one. So you would be left on your own. So let's swap you two. You're a little tankier. And then you will be able to shoot immediately. You will hopefully stand still. And then you can shoot immediately. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, there's that stupid spider. So we need someone to get back there and deal with the spider. It's coming up here. Let's send this one to the back. Oh boy, I hate these spiders, man. I'm telling you. They are brutal. Okay, looks like a loss. So we're gonna ghost some of them here. The game is giving me a lot of return damage here. What the hell? That witch just... Look how much damage that witch did! Wow. Holy moly. So she tanked and she did all the damage. Look at that! She did like 700 more damage than the next highest person. Or 600. And she also tanked 1,000 damage more than the next highest. She also restored the most health by 1,000. Awesome. Okay. Oh, forge. Excellent. Maybe we can combine a couple of our witchy items here. I don't think you can combine an item you forged. No. So we could give her this and forge it with something else. Like the shield on combat start. So now it's a teddy bear that gives you all this other stuff. And then do we want to enhance an item? So we've enhanced that. Also combine. But it's kind of looking like we don't really need to combine right now. We just need to enhance. Alright, this has gained dodge chance. Okay, that could be really helpful. We can also put, so we have a lot of this basic experience. Actually, can we use these? No. We can throw basic experience in here to heat it back up to 3, which is how much we need for our next hit. So let's combine, let's enhance or combine something. So if you enhance it or combine it, you can't do it again. So let's merge a couple of this guy's items. There we go. So give him another slot in case we find something good for him. So this is going to go on you, teddy bear on our main tank, and skill on our robot. And now we have an item slot for this DPS and an item slot for this tank that we didn't have before. Oh, bonfire. Two grease. Counterattack chance. Who's it on right now? Oh, this guy. Well, ideally he's not getting hit at all. Anticipation. I'm gonna reroll. Can you use this? No. Let's use the vision. Reroll rewards and grants influence to all options. So all options will have an extra trait. Unfortunately, it's 3 points for that one. So it's this one is what I'm looking for, concentration, but it doesn't want to give it to me. Insight. Perception we do have. Initiative we do have. Over here we would get effort, energy regen, hit reduction. Do I want more nuns? I feel like I have a comically large number of nuns, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Oh, we're gonna do it. So you've got insight. Okay, we've got a comically large number of nuns. We've got 4 nuns and a witch, aka 5 nuns. All right, let's push on in superior combat. Let's get moving. Oh gosh. Shield, energy charges, energy burn, max health, health regen. That's bad. So that one will take a while to destroy. Main tank. Oh, attack speed. That's okay. You actually reduce normal hits by 14%. Anybody have a higher number? 18% here. I'm gonna put you way down here where you're safe. I'm gonna leave other DPS like sort of around. Okay. Oh, he's attacking this one now. The other thing I can do is I could find a unit like this that's struggling, and I could send her elsewhere with the taunt skill, and that would make her hidden. So she stops getting hit. My nun army approaches. Wow, that guy was no joke. So we've got so many of these. This is an unusual amount of these masks I have. Usually I'm happy to use them, but I want that last bit. Extra damage, extra attack speed. Oh boy. Okay, so once again, it's this one who has the highest. Just got a lot less health though. I feel like it might still be better. Attack resistance, skill resistance. So we want the wizard hitting this one. This one needs some help. Let's rescue this nun here. He's killing my nuns. How dare you? A couple points of health there. Extra enemy combat. That's a lot. Shield and energy. Okay. I think we want to probably all be in one area for this one. Get you up there. Do like something like that. This is the one that can best survive like all these different attacks. I'm gonna use this hidden thing on him just to keep him safe. Because now he's invisible for a few seconds. So pretty bloody battles. Greed, reroll rewards and grant 2 additional options. This is also a good one. If you're just like, I don't like these and I want, it'll, instead of having 3 choices out of a thing, you'll get 5, which is nice. But you could still get all commons or something. So once again, our witch is really, with these items on, I think it's probably because she lives so long. She just has a lot of time to do stuff, and her skill is pretty good. When she makes them weaker, like, then she hits them even harder just on her own, which is really cool. Okay, this character is really quite Awesome. What do you have? Skill, energy reserve, attack damage while flanking. Well, let's just not let you do that. How's that sound? So we need a stronger nun down here. This is a level 1 nun. Whoops. Let's swap you. No, actually a bad idea. I'll leave you with a magician, and then up here we've got a pretty decent tank. You'll be able to start shooting. Okay. All right, here comes the cavalry. Oh, let's get you out of there. Nice work. Regular experience. Bonfire, you get another character. This is a baby. Do we want a baby? Grace would go up to 3. I don't really... I'm not sure about these choices. This character would have extra health regen, and they would have skill resistance and energy reserve. So we just have, once again, another AoE damage, but tank type character. We could also reroll using like our greed or something. Let's do it. Oh, alright. Damage with range hits and effort. Also have a double health nun. This character is just a beefer, just adding beef to the team. Oh, here's my 3rd concentration. With stealth, it does nothing, but concentration would give that to a lot of characters. And we can reroll stealth, actually. So let's take this guy. We'll reroll your weakest, which will always be the one with like the least points in it. So we'll reroll that. You got effort. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. So you have energy regeneration, energy recharge chance, skill power while focused, and dodge chance. So you are a melee character, but we want you to be kept safe. So we'll make sure you're probably in the 2nd line. We're low on actual items, though, for characters. It'd be great to have a lot more of those. One more fight before the boss shows up. So let's go here. I think if it reveals, like if this is a treasure chest or something, I think we can grab that before we go to the boss. I think. This is one of those annoying trees. Pretty tough. So we probably want to nun that tree. Ooh. That's a pretty tough one. This is going to be hard. Let me get away from this one. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this. This character is melee. He's going to get stuck. Fortunately, I have some really good DPS. Let's get you to safety. A few seconds of invisibility will do. Oh, got squished. Alright. Another greed coin. It is a treasure chest. I actually got that perfectly right. Suppression seconds, then max health. Again, max health is not too bad when we have so much regen on our characters. You already have one of these. Oh, I can put that on you. No way. I think I should probably, well, I'm gonna just make this character, because then you would have, what, 20 seconds of suppression seconds, which means you take less damage from, oh my god, it does. Defend against hits with double damage reduction from resistances. So for 20 seconds, your defenses are basically doubled. She might be in the fight forever. So I have to go fight the boss. Now, this boss will be, I'll have to beat this boss 3 times. This is a 3x3, the Litholisk. This one can do a variety of things. Shield and heal. It can also summon, where's the alt key? Here we go. Spawn, shoot projectiles, and summon 2 mini-lisks. And then its other ability is Glare, and it applies Shock, which will do poise damage and can stun. So this is kind of like, yeah, it's basically a Basilisk that, like a Broodmother Basilisk. You can see it's sort of nailed together here, which is weird. She's flanked by many, many enemies, even though these aren't particularly strong. There's just a billion of them. So we don't have really any AoE, per se. Let's send you down here with a nun. I have my main tank. Probably going to hit pretty hard, so I do need my main tank in this area. I'm gonna have my range DPS start up here and try to snag as much of these really strong guys up here before heading down. Yeah, this could be a loss, we don't know, but we can lose a few times. Healing up slowly. Good DPS here. I am not going to spend resources saving this rebel, unfortunately, for them. Do a lot of damage, though. I'll give it a try. Whoop. Oh, we killed that thing. Saver. But hey, look at that. First try. So, like I've discussed in the last episode, we do have to beat this boss 3 times now. And this is going to be a problem because whoever's tanking this character could get hit by a lot of things at once, which is not good. We might need more tanks down here. Then we've got the Dermagora will come sneaking in this way and fighting off whoever is here. So I need to leave some kind of DPS up here, but I also need to get through all this chaff so they're not surrounding me. What do you have? Accuracy, you're gonna attack quickly. Yeah, I think I might need to put my best DPS with this character, it's my other best DPS, so they can just wail on this thing. Alright. And then we're going to buff you up immediately, because I know you're going to get smacked really hard here. Okay, they've killed that thing already. This nun is struggling. Oh, I couldn't rescue her. I'm going to rescue this guy, though. He's hidden for a few seconds, so he can do some DPS. And hopefully they won't change target. In a little bit of trouble here. Okay, we did it. Alright, 3rd round. I think put you there. We need the stronger tanks. Perception, vitality. You're the weakest one, trait-wise. All right, let's try this. The bottom got annihilated. Oh shit, they're coming for the... Let's give him the shield generator. Okay, they got the big one. He's not particularly strong. I think she can do it. She's pretty strong. Hell yeah. Nice job. This witch is crazy strong. Alright, we get some general crap, actually. That's really crappy. Let's reroll. More options. Oh, what's this? Jaguar helmet. 60% attack damage on wounded, 20% health steal on hit. Oh. So once you get wounded, you start get more damage, and you steal health all the time. Let's put that on one of our tank nuns, because they tend to live a long time. Or it could also be on the scout, though it doesn't give you any... His health is very low. I think I'm going to put it on this nun. And then who should we level? We've got the opportunity to send another character to level 3. It might actually be this scout here. Let's do it. So now you are an archer. Maybe we will go ahead and just do this, just so the ping damage won't do much to you, because you can health steal on hit. Shoot projectile at current enemy, apply slow, energy cost 6. Okay, far shot. So it's not a very powerful skill. 20% skill power per position and distance to the target. So it gets stronger the further they are away. So if it's 1, 2, 3, it'd be 60% stronger, which is something. All right, so we have beat the first section. Now there is a bit of a story moment here, so there's going to be a little bit of spoilers, but I can't do a lot about that. So if you don't want to see the spoiler for what's going to happen here, then this would be your chance to click away from the video. So I'm going to go on into the map here, and there's only one node to go to here, the zone boss. So the boss of the whole first area. I lied when I said there were 3. There's technically this last one, Omen here, who's a pretty cool villain. I will save them. I don't have access to these until I have 10 traits of different options. Look at that, 10 intelligence and 10, what is that, dexterity? Interesting. I wonder if you can negotiate. Yeah, I don't have 10 of shit. Okay. So this character is extremely dangerous. So, Shadow Step targets the furthest enemy, gets taunt, teleports there, and then has almost 5 seconds of invisibility and a shield. This character will destroy your backline. So what I want to do is I want to fill up the front line with nuns, right, as you do. And then I want my ranged characters back here, but then I want like a random nuns in the back that can't get to the front line, so that when she teleports, she'll go back here and fight these characters. So, have at it, Omen. I have the DPS. Okay. We need to reassess. Get a character to absorb 1,000 damage with barriers in a single combat. Goodness. Okay, so that didn't go super well. Oops, I accidentally hit the space bar, so we're trying it exactly the same way, unfortunately. Who are you targeting? This one. Let's rescue this nun. The bouncing attack is killing all of my DPS. Oh, they're both invisible, doing nothing. Very funny. She was invisible for a long time. Okay. What do we want to do here? This is really tough. So she'll walk forward and this will be the only one she can hit. Yeah, I'm gonna rescue this guy so he doesn't die from the bouncing damage like what happened last time. That went way better. Way better. Alright, so now she's round 2. So we've got Pin Spray. Targets the closest enemies. 4 targets. Deals a bunch of damage. So this is where we want our tanks. So we can absolutely surround her in nuns. What's your other powers? Alt. Targets the current enemy multiple times. And then the last one is triggers on wounded, gain a whole bunch of armor and blood rush. So it gets just really fast. Okay, so let's back these nuns up. We want to make sure that only our main tank nun is taking damage. Okay. A lot of damage. I'm gonna have to rescue her. Alright, get ghosted so she can hopefully live a second while she heals up. Okay, our main tank is dead. Let's get energy charge on our DPS. Come on. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. No! Oh no, that was so close. Gosh. Alright, what can we do differently? So if we start it again, we're gonna get the exact same result, pretty much. We're pretty good setup, though. What can I do differently? Maybe I rescue this one earlier. Maybe when she gets to half health, because it did cause this one to like wander around for a moment because she lost her target. It was so close. That could have been enough. I'm gonna go with preservation this time instead of DPS. Okay, it didn't help much. It did help. Okay, we did it. Oh goodness, what a great team! Can't wait to turn them into monsters. Uh-oh. And then there's this awful thing. This thing is terrible. This is Omen. All right, let's reassess here. Teleports the farthest enemy towards the target at attack range, deals damage and taunts. Okay. So we gotta make sure we have a character furthest away. Excuse me, that we don't mind losing. Also just go and tank this thing. 80 damage, 26. None won't get to participate. I'm trying to keep it so that only this one is in range. So this one's skill is closest enemy of the highest level, deals piercing damage and an incredible amount of bleed. Burning Ghosts, 5 orbiting fires that consumed on contact with enemies that deal fire damage. Triggers before combat start. Summon a level 3. Yeah, we ran a position. Okay. All right, here goes. And if this cat steals someone important, I will rescue. Yeah, let's just... Well, I don't want this guy taking any damage. It kind of is, though. Oh, she died. That's not good. Oh boy, it's going to hell. So should we focus on killing? Oh, we have 1 health. I can't lose again. What if we leave someone here to tank here, and then everyone else goes and deals with the cat? Down. Robot's down. Okay. So it looks like I will be losing this run, unfortunately. This boss is hard. You probably won't even get to the 3rd stage, or the 4th stage, until you've played a few times, at least. Okay, so we got our asses kicked. What happens when you lose is all your characters turn into monsters and then run off to join the fight. Yeah, so we lost. That's the normal way that this goes. Now, as I said, so that was all in the Shadow Woods. There's another zone after that with like, look at all of these. There's 2 more that I haven't beaten because this is really hard. But all the monsters we saw, you know, we saw variations of them, different levels, and with different items on them. In the Sands, there's totally new enemies. They have different skills and things, and they're much tougher. But there's one thing you can do to make each run to be more powerful in each run, apart from the unlocking of additional items, which I would argue is not strictly a roguelite mechanic, but there's this thing called masteries, and these affect your run. You unlock them through playing the game. For instance, we saw me get this one during the game. Now, what these do, some of them are very straightforward, like these ones down here. This makes sure that +1 sure ancient reward option in boss chests. So that means when we beat a boss, the items we get to select from has at least one really powerful item selection. Faded cards, 50% reward rarity in a random deck of cards of each map. So that means that in a random spell location on each map you go into, there's a 50% increase in the in the rarity of the card, so you can find better spells. +1 character trait in a random bonfire of each map. So randomly there will be a character that has extra traits at the bonfires. So these are things you can just drag these up into here, and you can see I have 5 slots, which you get by kind of like through achievements basically. You can swap these out before you start a run. But the really interesting one is, do you see these traits here? You recognize these, right? Like reach, grace, perception, vitality. These are all traits that I was using, effort, during that last run. These modify what happens with those traits. So let's take this one for instance, because we used vitality quite a bit. This is the one that gave me max health, then max health and health regen, and then we never got to 8, but it would be even more health and even more regen. This, if I put this on, it means that characters will no longer have vitality, they'll have coagulation instead. So it will modify one of the traits in the game and alter it from vitality to this. Now you can see it actually gives slightly lower maximum health, but slightly higher regeneration. See down at 4 points, it's 80 and 3% instead of 102%. And then at 8 points, we get 160 maximum health regen, 50% health regeneration gained as armor while having full health. So if you have full health, you just have armor instead. So this changes how the game works, and they all have these. So for instance, let's see, what's another one we used? We were using this one a lot here, effort. So energy regen, and then energy recharge chance. Instead, we would have overflow. This is a new thing. So we'd have energy regen, so it's 20, 20, 30, 40, and then at 8 points, instead of 60, 60, it's 60, 80, and then 50% energy recharge multiplier, 50% skill energy cost received as piercing damage on energy recharged. So it just changes how the traits work, mostly by making them more powerful, but also in some ways kind of altering how they function a little bit fundamentally, which is super cool. I had a really good time using, I think it was this one time. I had a bunch of football players on the front lines with Defiance, and they just hit really hard, and that was really fun. You can do the same thing here with like reach. Reach is interesting because this gives you range attack damage and then attack range. If you upgrade it to reflex, look, maximum attack range is 2, but plus attack range. So all your characters have a range attack, but not very far range attack, but they do a lot of damage with that, which is super interesting. And then the 6 points, extra % attack speed per excess attack range. So let's say your attack range should be 8, but this caps it at 2. It means those extra 6 points of range are turned into attack speed, which is really interesting. So these are generally going to make your life easier by putting these on. So you can see there's obviously something to do with the forge and re-rolling that I haven't unlocked yet. Maybe I have to re-roll a certain number. Re-roll a single reward 5 times. I can do that. Equip 3 merged items into a single character. Get a character to use 6 energy charges in a single combat. Get a character to do a skill combo with a 300% skill combo modifier. So these are just different things you can try to get done over the course of the game. You can see how to unlock them, but if you don't want to deal with these complicated ones like the traits, you can just put in these ones here that are just going to give you better things. Or if you're like me, you're like, oh, I really like using vitality for health regen, and this would give them even more health regen at the cost of max life. Let's put that one in there, and let's try out this reflex thing. And you know what, I would like having better traits in the bonfire. This one took up 2 slots. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. So some of these take 2 slots. Are these all ones? Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. So that's the only one that takes 2 so far. These could. Interesting. Well, I'm still going to put that in there. That seems really useful. And then what should be my last one? Let's throw in, what does Grace turn into? Introspection. Energy pulse chance is crazy high, but you lose attack speed. But that would be great on something like the nerd/robot, because we want him just zapping away. So yeah, that'd be super cool. Attack speed, crit chance. Let's put that one on. There we go. So now if I go in here and play this, I have quite a bit of a boost, right? So some of it's learning, some of it is random, because it's a roguelite and an auto battler, and some of it is these upgrades and sort of understanding how these systems work. So I hope you've enjoyed this 3-part series on how to play Underboard. Once again, it is not a sponsored content. I just received the key for free for the beta testing, and then it seems to have rolled over into a regular key. So I just decided I would play it and show it off because I think it is really fun. Again, I would say the downsides for me are information overload, though in their defense, that's kind of normal with an auto battler. My other thing I don't like is I don't care for the wacky, lol, random stuff like nuns and babies and stuff. Like, this doesn't do anything for me. I do like the art style. I like the synergies. I like how many traits you can get. I think that's cool that the characters have random traits and random numbers of traits at times, which can really lead to interesting situations where you've got like an attack speed ranged football player and a tank nun. You know, I mean, you can get into all sorts of crazy stuff with it. I think the game needs more content, because if we go to the characters, you can see there's just not that many characters, and that might be for the best, but for me, we need some more characters. Definitely my opinion. Now, there's some things here. I don't know if these unlock as you play. I'm actually not sure on these. Spells, you can see I've found about half of them, and items I've found 3/4 of them, so there's some cool stuff I haven't collected yet. And it's possible that I've seen them and just I didn't pick them up because I didn't want them at the time. But that's super cool. So, thank you again so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Check the link below for my Patreon. Check the link, check out my channel and see all the other playlists I have. I do a lot of strategy gaming like Age of Wonders, and I do some other sort of random games here and there that I like. I mostly just play things that I like to play, and if people want to watch, that's great. So thanks again for watching, and I will see everybody in my next series.